Hey everybody, just sending a summer update for our podcast, Playing with Research in Health and Physical Education. We're taking a couple weeks off in the end of summer here, getting ready for courses, planning our syllabi. So next episodes are going to launch as we start our second year of podcasts, which is pretty crazy to think that we've been doing this for a year now. We're going to start those podcasts around August, but I wanted to send this kind of update, and we're also attaching a Google Doc that breaks down all of our episodes by category. So if you are right now planning a syllabus or you're looking for professional development in a school district, just remember all of this stuff is free. You're more than welcome to share it with anybody. So I've basically broken down the majority of our episodes by different categories. And when you look at the Google Doc, you find technology, where we talk with Vicki Goodyear, Stephen Harvey, Doug Gleddy, Julia Sargent, some of my work with students' perceptions to technology integration. And then again, we kind of capstone that with Vicki Goodyear's and Ash Casey's and Missy Parker's work with social media and teacher professional learning communities. We also talk a little bit about models-based practice. And what you'll see there, we cover models-based practice in general. Then we have a theory breakdown on TPSR, tactical games, as well as game sense, and some sport education articles in there as well. We have a whole section on teacher socialization where we discuss different theoretical breakdowns and then articles that use it. There's some work on the Australian physical education curriculum, which is actually our highest listened to episode. And then we have a whole series of educational theory breakdowns for theory of planned behavior, teacher socialization, social ecological framework, restorative practices, feminist theory, intersectionality, self-determination theory, positive youth development through sport with Nick Holt, which was great, and then phenomenology with Colin Cronin, who came on just recently. And we have another section with 3 episodes covering CSPAP and the whole school models. We have a review of research and then 2 individual ones that have used the whole school model. And then we have a ton of podcasts on social justice and diversity issues. So Dylan Landy came on very early on talking about queer men, affect, and PE. We have some information on transformative PE and restorative youth sports. Jennifer Walton-Fissette has come on twice now to talk about different papers. We have some indigenous knowledges to disrupt PE with Dr. Sue Watman from Australia. And we have more coming along that way with some scholars that have done work with critical race theory and very specific to sports and physical education. So I'm excited about our second year. Then we have a section on adapted PE. A lot of this has been with Justin Hagel, who's done a lot of work here. Scott McNamara has come on, and we've done a co-podcast with his podcast there. And then just recently, Anthony Marr from the UK. And then we finish off with sport and after school. We talk about care experience with youth and leisure activity with Tom Quarmby, some of my work with the Reach after school program, and then Colin Cronin's work with sport coaching. So we'd love to hear any feedback you have. We'd love for you to share these with your students. They're basically article breakdowns, and most of them are right around that 20 to 30 minute summary, which is probably quicker than most students will read those articles, and it'll prime them for a discussion in class. Half of our listeners are from the United States, which is great, but it shows that, I think 48% of our listenership is global. So we're getting a wide reach. In our first year, we've had 20,000 listens to our podcast. We've made probably about 60 some odd episodes with the theory breakdowns included in that. And we're just really looking forward to a second year and to really get this to that next level. Again, if you want to share your research at all, please feel free to email me, rmarttin@gmu.edu. And we'll get you on the podcast. If you're doing good work in peer-reviewed research journals and want to share it, we'd love to have you on. I know that what we're focusing on is getting a lot more health education articles out there. We haven't had a ton of that. We want to make sure that people that are doing research, not just that the R1s are highlighted as well, because there's a lot of really good research out there that is highlighted from a ton of different universities and all around the world. So if you know somebody that's doing interesting and good work, just suggest them to kind of reach out to me and to get in contact with me so we can have them on the podcast. So thanks a lot for all of the positive comments. Thanks for the corrective feedback in the beginning to make this a little better, and we look forward to starting at the end of August for year 2. Thanks.